We live.
Sundays and Wednesdays, yeah. 8 o'clock on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. It's the crew and you. Let's go.
You can't get any better.
Best thing about it, the way he did it the right way.
With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
Do y'all have anything to say about
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. Congratulations to my dog, Chuck Little John, the OG.
Y'all didn't notice I've been changing hats all night, have you?
No.
You've been doing
That way open.
And so look, let me tell you, those dudes were the first one that I ever seen with the full tracksuit and no drawers. You know what I'm saying?
Understand that you can be at the bottom, you can be anything you want to be, and when that happens, you can be a champion like me.
Can you imagine 100 people just all yelling?
With the crew and you, to the crew and you. With the crew and you, to the crew and you.
What up, baby? Welcome to the crew and you. I'm your boy G. And as y'all can see, man, I'm by myself, man. I'm waiting for the crew to jump on. This reminds me of back in the day, man, when it was just talking with G. So what's up, everybody out there? Rodney Little John, Kanisha Davis, James Little John. Man, we have a great show for you all. This is episode 27, season 4. We thank y'all for rocking with us. Everybody out there on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, man, we appreciate you rocking with us. Remember, when you come to the channel, bring a friend, tell a friend. When you come, don't come by yourself. And once we get our other co-host on, man, we'll do his normal Wednesday celebratory thing that he does, man. So, but before we do that, man, we got to give our wonderful sponsor, none other than Mr. Alvin Jameson. A big shout out, man. We appreciate you, Mr. Alvin Jameson, for always being a loyal sponsor to the crew and you. Are you in the market for a new home or looking to refinance your conventional, FHA, or VA loan? The crew and you have the perfect guy for you, the mortgage guy, Alvin Jameson. That's right, Alvin Jameson at alvinjameson.com. You can also reach him as we do at 404-587-9033. Financing a home can be one of the biggest investments you can make. Go with the one the crew and you trust, Alvin Jameson. And when you reach out to him, let him know you heard it from the crew and you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And welcome on my guy, Snack Panther, my buddy, my homie, my teammate, Mark Small, man. Appreciate it. And he says, where's your Cow Gals gear at? I don't know, man. I don't need Cow Gals gear, but I do have some Cowboys gear that I normally rock. But today, I don't normally wear any red, man. But today, man, I'm rocking my Florida State Seminoles because we will be talking about a little bit of college football today. This was a topic that one of our listeners, Eric Thornton, wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about all the changes that are going on in college football or college in general, them jumping conferences. So we will jump into that. And we want to jump into this Michael Oher story. Michael Oher, I don't know if y'all have heard of this name or have seen the movie called The Blind Side. This was the movie depicted on Michael Oher's so-called life and what happened. That the Tuohys, this family, adopted him in the movie and sent him off to college, helped him out, and the guy ended up becoming a NFL football player. And they kind of took him under their wing because he was in a bad situation at the time at high school. Because he says, I knew something was fishy from the original movie. Yes. The grind side took that man's cast. Woo, okay. Y'all see, y'all got a lot of hot takes on this. So this is going to be a very good subject. Very good subject. So we will jump into that, man. We got one of our co-hosts on right now, Mr. Sparkle City himself should be jumping in. There you go. Let's welcome everybody, man. Our other co-host, Sparkle himself, Mr. OG Chuck Littlejohn. What's up, Brody?
What's up, man? What's up, man? On this wonderful, wonderful hump day.
Yeah. Look, waiting for you to say that, man, so we can get this show started, man. How you feeling all right, bro?
Oh yeah. Just crazy, man. Rushing. Copied the wrong link, put the wrong link. I said, man, wait the link. I said, man, where's G? I'm about to text him. Went back, looked at my text, man. Wrong link.
You on the old show. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the old show. I'm on the show from Sunday. Man, nobody here but me.
That's funny. All right, man. So I'm just telling everybody we're gonna talk about the college football changes that are going on. We're gonna talk about, and it seems like there'll be a hot take on this. My guy Snack says the grind side, not the blind side, but the grind side to that man's cast. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that, man, and get into some details. Some of the Tui's lawyers have come out and spoken. You know, everybody knows the petition that Michael Orr has put out there. And so we'll see, man, and get you all takes. And see, I got a little clip from CBS, and I want to see if this may change y'all mind. You know, maybe I can sway y'all away or not or so, man. So that was what we're gonna talk about, man. But before we even jump into that, man, while we're waiting on the co-host Corey Davis, talk to me about the preseason, man. What are you looking forward to seeing? Are you gonna watch any of this second week of the preseason?
Probably not.
Probably not. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Remember, like I said, that for me, and I may watch it if I have time, what the case may be, but I'm not going to force the issue because the last game is the most important game to me. And like I said, it's not taking anything away from the guys out there that's trying to make the team, to make these 53-man rosters. But I just don't put much value on preseason until it gets to the final preseason game when your starters are going to play more. So then that's when you get a glimpse of what your team may potentially be able to do.
Okay. So
because each team, I think each team starters are going to play a little bit more in that final preseason game than they will in the first two preseason games.
Okay. So you don't think so? Normally, like when they was doing 4 games, they would play mostly in the third game, and then let the people who was trying to make the team play in that last game. So do you think they're going to play everybody this week, and then the last week let the people that's trying to make the squad play in that last game?
So you think they may change up because they're only doing 4? Now, I may tune in just to make sure that's going to happen, but if that doesn't happen, then I'm going to tune right back out. And like I said, I'm not trying to take anything. Trust me, I'm not trying to take anything away from these guys that's trying to make the team, because I know it's a lot of their dreams to get to the NFL. So I don't want to take anything away from their drive, anything like that, which they won't miss me watching anyway. They won't know what I'm watching or not. But just in context, though, I don't in saying that I'm not gonna watch it. It's not because I don't watch them play. I just don't invest that much into the preseason.
Okay, I feel you on that. I'm actually on the other side of them. I'm actually excited about it. I'm ready to see the people that has done well the last game. I want to see if they continue, and I want to see if they can get, instead of coming in the third and fourth quarter, I want to see them play in the first and second quarter, like your Deuce Vaughns, your Malik Davises, your Rico Daddles. I want to see them play early on against possibly starters. I know my defense started out against the starters for the Jacksonville Jaguars, so I got to see a lot of good stuff in that, man. And then preseason for me, also I think this is like pieces to your team, depth pieces to your team. So I like to see what my depth, just in case an injury happens. I like to see what happens if X gets hurt, or so who's gonna come in and back them up. So I like to see those things as well.
But do you know the true depth until they decide what the 53-man roster is? Some teams will go and cut people that you don't expect them to cut. Well, so you want to truly know your true depth, who's first, second, and third, until that 53-man roster is confirmed. Because there have been times where you've seen teams cut veterans that nobody expected them to cut.
Yeah. I think a lot of times you have an idea. Like I have an idea of the people that probably will get kicked out, or who are veterans that may be on a bubble. I know, but there are times where, damn, you really didn't expect. But normally they have been with the team a long time. They're in their last year of their contract or something like that. So there's an idea. So yeah, I definitely want to see what these young bucks can do and if they can help out. You know, I got like a Derek Harper, um, uh, Overshawn, like I said, Malik Davis, Deuce Vaughn. I want to see these guys. Jalen Brooks, he might take a receiver spot from some guys who have been there a couple years who haven't really cracked that wide receiver rotation. So I want to see if they gonna put them on the bench, you know, or so I like to see those type of things, man. But we got our other co-host on, man, Decatur's biggest parking ticket. Wow.
Huh? What?
Corey Davis.
You don't want no tickets, guys. No parking tickets.
Yeah, parking tickets ain't no fun.
No, they're right. What's happening with y'all? I apologize for my tardiness. It's late.
Yeah,
Hey, things happen. Things happen, man.
hey, we understand. We understand, man. I hope you keeping cool. That's all that matters.
Hey, man, the AC blowing.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Man, so hey, we was just talking a little bit about the preseason before we got you on, man. And what are you looking forward to this weekend? Or are you gonna watch this weekend? You watch your boys play.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Like I think we talked about that, and I think I heard you saying it gives an opportunity to see what these young bucks or these new guys these new additions to the team are going to do. Honestly, we've already at this point we've dropped 4, possibly 5 guys that were on that last team, and really it's these last little sprinkles of Thomas Dimitrov. Honestly, those are the ones that are getting kind of moved to the side for deeper, more explosive talent. I think, I'm looking for the same thing you're looking for, more contributions to this offense, that rotation that we were talking about, that all the moves that they made in the offseason, this is their opportunity to now to shine. Some that got picked up, they probably won't make the squad, but they're going in a different direction. We're looking for more guys that can compete, rotate, make it happen. Like I said, we had a wide receiver, Darby. He gone. Chris, I forget his last name. Chris, I think it's Chris Ware. He's been dropped. We've been, guys been sent down. But like I said, this is the time where we can't decide or can't sit on. How would I put this? I don't want to say loyalty. No, I ain't gonna use that word. But just guys that I think is those Dimitrov guys that have been promised a spot. It ain't promised that. How to say today ain't promised to you.
Mm-hmm.
But let me add this last little tidbit on. This is the level of competition that the Falcons hadn't been used to. We've always, like with an owner of ours, we've always sat on guys because we like you said, they've been loyal players, but now it's being handled like a business. Where it's not personal. If if a guy is better than you, we got to use that better guy. We can't sit on. This guy's been here for a long time. He's been a true Falcon. Sometimes it works, and then sometimes it doesn't. I'm just seeing more of that. You're a good player, but I didn't pick you. You were Thomas. Yeah, you were Rich McKay, Thomas Dimitrov guy.
Yeah, and at this point in the season, it is not personal. It's always business right now.
Facts.
And the business part of my squad actually took care of itself as we got Zach Martin back in the fold, who was holding out for the Cowboys. Came up with a 2-year deal extension.
2?
2 years extension, getting
How much?
$4 million each year more.
Who took care of that? Who took care of that $1 million that he had to pay? Did they work that deal?
No, he had to pay it out. So out of the $4 million he getting extra this year, so he'll make 18. He getting 17 now, or so
yeah.
He had to pay that $1 million back. So, but he understood. He understood when he decided to, play that game, Hey, I'm gonna hold out. Now we got to now is the business part of it all, man. And he understood that.
But Galen, let me ask you this about that. He's ranked number 3 at his position. Two.
Number
That's it.
one.
2, 3.
Number 1 or 2. Yeah.
All right. Okay. We ranked pretty high at his position. You know, why would he play that game like that? You know.
This is probably his last opportunity to get a big contract, to get his money. He's getting up in age, 32 right now, about to be 33. So he knows once his contract is over and his guarantees were about to be up. So this next 2 years of 18 mil are guaranteed. They're all
Okay.
guaranteed. So
If that's the case, and you just, even if you say, you know, I from what I was reading, you know 2, 3, but you're saying he's number 1. Why play with the number 1 guy like that?
Because as a business owner, you have other funds that you have to pay. So you try.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you can't really just throw out money right now. You probably wanted to pay him anyway. You just didn't want to pay it right now. So this was a great job by Zach Martin doing it right now, because he kind of had the leverage, knowing that you're going to need your all-pro, your 8-time all-pro guard to be there at the beginning of the season.
Zach Martin is your GM?
Huh?
Who is Zach Martin?
Zach Martin, the guard who sat out.
Oh, the guard. Oh, the guard. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So he played it right. He did the right thing. And Jerry, on the other hand, was like, you've been at the top for majority of your career because you've been the best. I've had you at the top. Now Lindstrom with the Falcons, he didn't jump you now. And then some other people done jumped you, but you've been at the top all this time. Now that they jumped you, now you want to come back to the table. But I don't think that's fair to me. You've been at the top.
So you didn't agree with him sitting out or playing this game that you called, you know, this money game?
Oh, absolutely. I agree with it. With it. Yeah. Because if you feel like you're worth that much money, absolutely, you do what you got to do. So and it wasn't for him. It wasn't him being the top. Like he didn't care about, you know, because he didn't pass what Lindstrom's making. Yeah, he didn't want to be the top dog. He just wants y'all to, hey, show me that y'all appreciate me too. That's
that's right. Because Lindstrom is only 25, 26.
Yeah, he's a young buck. Yeah,
so then Jerry Jones said that he would just be sitting out, that he wouldn't budge.
Absolutely. That's the negotiation talk, man. That's what you do. And Zach Martin, you know, he came out and said, you know, I understand that. Like when I chose to play this game, I understand what comes with that territory, what comes with the meal. When I decided to place my order right here in this lane, I understand what comes with that meal. And it comes with a whole bunch of, we had to move on without him. He's okay. You know, if we got to play without him, we'll play without him. That comes with the meal. So understood.
So you say he's number 1 and number 2, huh?
Yeah.
And who's ranking?
Everybody's ranking.
What do you see, OG?
I'm not going to look, because I'm not going to fall into that category, because that's not everybody's ranking. That's Galen's ranking.
All right, this will tell you right here. He's a 99 on Madden.
So that's a game.
Hey, that's what Corey goes by.
No, I go by fantasy. Not video game, fantasy.
Right.
I do respect fantasy, but at the same time, I like your lane. I like it, you know.
Yeah, at age 33, the game is getting more guaranteed money and more guaranteed years. There you go. That's what it is. That's what it's about. Yeah. Good job, Snack. I appreciate that. So, with that being said, man, y'all have a guard with the Falcons who is out for the season. Season-ending surgery already, man. Tell me about this guy Hennessy, Corey.
I just got wind of it, honestly. So I'll be honest with you. I'm not really sure. You know what that is. You know, but like I said, I'm just getting wind of it. Didn't get a whole lot of information on it. That I apologize for. But it's season ending.
Season ending, yeah. Season ending surgery, man. He is he's your starting left guard.
Left guard.
Yeah, starting left guard. So Lindstrom is your right guard. or tackle, whatever he is. So yeah.
So I'll say this here. I'm like I said, I know with the cuts that we have, and listen, I'm gonna say this here, and I know I've said it once before. I don't wish you don't wish hurt on nobody, but with the cuts that we made, it gave us a little bit more freedom to pick up some people that are out there. There's still some guys out there that can stick in. Our number one pick from Ohio State, he could probably fit his way in there. If not, or I think I've been asking for this for a long time. There's still Taylor Lewan is out there. He knows this offense. He's played under our coach before. Maybe this is an opportunity to kind of shop around a little bit, but I didn't know that my man Hennessy had season-ending surgery. But like I said, with that, it's next person got to step up. But a person that's sitting on at the house on the couch, this is probably an opportunity. So I'm hoping, he's a trustworthy guy. He's been in the league. He's a little older in the tooth, but you want somebody that you can plug in, that can keep this new rotation going.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry to hear that by Hennessy though.
Yeah. And this is the last year of his rookie contract too with Hennessy. So that sucks for him. Like you said, Matthew Bergeron, he stepped in. He's taking the first team reps right now for the Atlanta Falcons. And Tyler Lewan, he's a tackle.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's been shuffled around a lot more, in his offense is what I'm saying.
Right. He understands the offense. Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, good stuff, man. So, I think we covered a little bit on that at NFL preseason, man. So let's go ahead and jump right into this Michael Orr situation. All right. So if you all don't know, man, Michael Orr, The Blind Side, the movie, which has grossed over $300 million on it's supposed to be a true story, comes out later on that Michael Orr said that he wasn't really happy about what the movie, how it depicted him, and the type of person he was, and how he had like a disability, and he couldn't really read, and none of that was true, and so he was kind of, hurt by that, and didn't appreciate the movie like that, but was in favor of the movie in the beginning, So in the movie they adopted Michael Orr in high school and kind of groomed him to be this monster and as a tackle. So Snack says, how I know the twos were lying? They said Michael Orr couldn't talk, but could get him to Ole Miss. Cap. That is cap. Yeah. All right. So your boy has come out, man, and filed a petition against the Tuohys because he says he's not getting any residuals from the movie, and he was never adopted. So y'all tell me before I play this clip. I want to hear you all's take on the whole situation, and let's start with you, OG.
I don't know. I guess only issue I have with it is if you were not happy with the way you were portrayed in the movie, why is it taking you so long to come out and make this claim? I mean, if it didn't legitimately portray you in the mindset that you actually were, then why did it take you this long to come out disgruntled about how the movie portrayed you?
Okay,
that's the first thing I have, and then I guess so. Then we don't know. He's saying that he thought he was adopted, but now it's coming out that he wasn't adopted. That they had some conservatorship over him, and now he wants money back for the movie that I think you said is rated in millions of dollars. I think that the Tuohys are still getting a percentage of it, I guess, up until this day. I don't think he's getting any of that.
Right.
When he was, I guess his character was one of the main characters in the movie. So, yeah, I guess that's my only thing about it. Why did I'm not sure how that works when they decide they're going to make a movie. Do they Do they show him the script, or did he get the preview before it hits the movie, the theaters? Or what? I'm not sure how that works. But it seemed like he was able to come out disgruntled and saying that really doesn't portray how I really was back in high school and going through college back then. Instead of coming out years and years later saying that, hey, that's not me, that's not the way things were, that's not the way things went down. That's my only issue with it.
Corey?
I agree too. When was that movie made? In 2012 or
2000? Was it 2009?
9?
Let's see.
Okay. Regardless, like I said, we know how long this was. It's two presidents ago. You know what I'm saying? Probably 3. But at the same time, there are some loose ends to that story that's a little weird. Like I said, they made him seem kind of slow, but then he made it an old miss. But at the same time, it's been this long. There's been so many residuals that's made from this movie. Like I said, it made him a star in a sense also. You know, I'm not saying that we wouldn't have known who Michael Orr was, but behind the movie The Blind Side, he would have just been a regular NFL player. Now, I'm asking the question, you know, what made you pissed off at this point now? Was it the amount of money you made? Or, you know, I get it. Like I said, you know, having conservatorship outside of feeling like you were adopted. Now, if you were adopted, that, you know, that means that I'm more of a part, I'm a bigger part of this family. Now, conservatorship means that, you know, you control kind of a few things or make decisions for me.
You're the legal guardian as a conservatorship. You're the legal guardian, and you kind of control his finances.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Now, when you're adopted, I'm a part of this family. You know, I'm a part of, you know, this, as opposed to saying, you know, I can just control whatever you do. And honestly, nobody would say, listen, give them control of what I do. You know, give them control of, you know, my life or whatever. But like I said, there's probably a lot of pieces that we don't know. We're going off the movie, you know. We hadn't heard anything. They just said that wasn't true. Now, I think he stayed with them his 12th grade year. And then, I mean, you know, they did it did help him. They did help him get into Ole Miss. But I think it's just a lot of open pieces that we don't know much about. But he's suing them now for what, $25 million?
I didn't get the exact number. I didn't get the exact number.
I think I may be wrong, but I know he's suing them for something like that, you know, and then whatever they made from the movie, you know. So I'm not sure.
Should he get something back from the movie? So there's a bunch of different stories that they're throwing out there now. Is he asked them for $15 million, and if they didn't give it, he was gonna do this, sue. Then there's a story that they are still holding on to his rights, even after this man is a grown man. They're still, so he has no rights to his. So he signed over his rights to his name, his rights to his image, all that. He signed all that over to them. So at this age, he is still fighting to get that back. So why would they still hold that over him, or why would they still keep that?
Was he in high school? I mean, was he still in high school and college when this came out, or was he already in the NFL?
No, he wasn't in NFL, was he?
It came out in 2009. Let's see when his NFL career started.
Michael Orr,
or even college, you know,
2-sport star in high school before he met the Tuohys. Yeah, because he just said he didn't profit from the movie. According to him, he made $0 from the movie because they had control of all the money. Right. So he signed away everything. And James said they dirty. He should get something. Dang, he should. There's no reason. And the Tuohys were already well off. They were already business owners of like 3 different restaurants or 3 different stores or something. They had already.
Were they multimillionaires though?
I don't know if they were multimillionaires, but they were well off. They were very well. They were wealthy at the time.
Yeah, and then I guess he was drafted in the 2009 NFL draft, so the same year that the movie came out. But you know that to me, I don't think it's right because as a 17, 18-year-old, you ask me to sign some papers, I'm not gonna read what I'm signing. I'm you know, it seems like you're trying to do something for the better, my better good, the better for me, the better me. I'm trusting you, and I'm not reading what you signing. If you tell me it's adoption papers as part of the adoption process, as a 17, 18-year-old, not having nowhere else to go, I'm gonna sign it.
You gonna sign for people that you trusted?
Yeah, for people
Yeah.
you trusted. Yeah,
That you trust? Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And the way they making the movies like Michael, we need you to sign here, okay, honey? You know.
Yeah.
Like he could, cause like he couldn't read. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right. So Snack says the Tuohys need the chair treatment from them.
Oh man.
Ooh,
Oh man.
not that white chair, not the folding chair.
Oh Lord.
Jay Lil John says I heard he thought he was signing adoption papers, not his NIL right. Exactly. All right, so I'm gonna try to read if I can these I guess the petition that he sent out. I hope it's big enough. I don't have my glasses.
You what, man?
No, don't start with me. Do not start with me.
Hey.
All right. Or was a rising high school senior when he signed the conservatorship paper, and he was written that the Tuohys told him that there was essentially no difference between adoption and conservatorship. They explained to me that it means pretty much the exact same thing as adoptive parents, but that the laws were just written in a way that took my age into account. Or wrote in 2011 best-selling memoir, I Beat the Odds. But there are some important legal distinctions. If Orr had been adopted by the Tuohys, he would have been a legal member of their family, and he would have retained power to handle his own financial affairs, like you were saying, Corey. Let me get this out of the way. Hold on 1 second. Or surrendered that authority to the Tuohys, even though he was a legal adult with no physical or psychological disabilities. All right, that's for years. Or has chafed at how The Blind Side depicted him, saying it hurt his football career and clouded how people view him. He has said that based on the film, some NFL decision makers assumed he was mentally slow or lacked leadership skills. People look at me and they take things away. They take things away from me because of a movie. Or told ESPN in 2015, they don't really see the skills and the kind of player that I am. All right. And then he goes on to say the lie of Michael's adoption is upon which co-conservators Leanne Tuohy and Sean Tuohy have enriched themselves at the expense of their ward to undersign Michael Orr, the legal filing says. Michael Orr discovered this lie to his chagrin and embarrassment. I'm not saying that right, I know. In February 2023, when he learned that the to which he consented on the basis that doing so would make him a member of the Tuohy family, in fact, provided him no familial relationship with the Tuohys. The petition further alleges that the Tuohys used their power as conservators to strike a deal that paid them and their two birth children millions of dollars in royalties from an Oscar-winning film that earned more than $300 million, while Orr got nothing for a story that would not have existed without him. In the years since, the Tuohys have continued calling the 37-year-old Orr their adopted son, and have used the exhortation to promote their foundation as well as Leanne Tuohy's work as an author and motivational speaker. So this is what the petition that Orr has put out, and from his attorney. This is their story.
Wow. Wow. So, I guess we go just going by what he said. I guess it's always two sides of each story. But if it's true that they got $300 million, and he asked for $15 million, I guess to remain quiet about it, why would you not want to give him the $15 million?
Right.
They didn't make the movie gross $300 million. They didn't make $300 million.
I'm sure they got a chunk.
They get something for them and their kids.
And I think they're still getting money.
Yeah, they're still getting it. Yeah, you still get a residual checks. They come in the mail
Every time that movie played.
Yeah.
I'll say this: what they should have did was there should have been something said about her character. They got Sandra Bullock. I saw her. She don't look good like Sandra Bullock. You know.
Right.
You know, they got the pretty. You know, one of the pretty. Yeah, come on now.
Yeah.
I saw her.
Yeah.
That's the real blind side. Because that when I saw, I was like that. Okay, you know, normally you find somebody kind of look like you. No.
And if y'all don't know what he's talking about, this is what he's talking about right here, y'all.
It's not Sandra Bullock.
Little bit of a difference. I mean.
Look, okay.
Tomato, right?
Yeah, no.
So, hey, man, let's welcome my guy Toriano Paris on, man. My little homie, man. I grew up with this cat, man. TP, Lil Deuce, what's up, baby? Welcome on, homie. He says, yeah, they waited until after he turned 18. They could have adopted him sooner. Yeah, we could have adopted him, done adoption sooner, man. So
I wonder what he's done for them. I know we don't know, but I'm sure he's probably done something else for them. Why he's been in the NFL since they were quote unquote considered his adopted parents.
So they've been at games. You see him like after the game when he was playing. Yeah, they were always there. I mean, as what he thought was parents. You know what I mean? Wow. Jack says, man, or just found out he's not part of the family. That's some cold stuff.
Hell yeah, that's cold.
James said, or didn't invite them to his wedding. Oh,
he just got married?
When he get married? I ain't hear that. Yeah. Hey, appreciate that, Lil Deuce. I say great topic, man. So this is something. Let's see if I can pull it up, man. That they have come out and the Tuohys in defense to what's going on by their attorney. Let me see if I can find this clip for you all.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm sure, you know, at a point in his life when he needed a lifeline, they came in, you know, and they came in and helped. Now I'm hoping that help was genuine. I'm hoping that they did care about the kid. But I guess the question would be, you know, what did they expect from all of this help? Or did they expect, you know, their generosity to get him into college, get into the next level? Did they expect, because he did play high school while under their roof, you know, went to, like I said, Ole Miss by, you know, like I said, tutoring and helping, and that all that had to been paid for. Did they expect something, you know?
Yeah, they had connection with Ole Miss
from the movie that we knew, right?
Yeah, from the movie, right.
Who wrote the movie? Or like I said, who told the story? Was it, you know, the Tuohys that told the story, or was it, like I said, from his memoirs? Did it come from him? You know, who told the story?
That's a good question. I'm sure they probably got information from everybody, from the Tuohys and from him, and they just probably just put it together how they, you know, felt it would work. That's a great question, man. Was that a Disney movie? Is that by Disney?
The Blind Side. It wouldn't surprise me because I can see that, you know, Disney's The Blind Side, you know.
Right. Okay. So he got married in March. That's his wife. Okay.
Yeah.
His wife was probably the one that said that. Got all these. Hey, you've been treated terribly. You know.
He seems to have unfollowed every member of his quote unquote adopted family on social media, and looks like he decided to not invite them to his wedding.
Wow.
That's that new wife.
Yeah. She ain't playing them games.
That's that new wife.
Yeah. Snack says, man, they might as well get Trump attorney because they ain't no defense for this fish.
Wow. Facts. Yeah.
Kanisha said, you know good and well they didn't care about him. They saw him as an opportunity and investment. So y'all think that this was planned? The movie was all planned when they
Yeah,
saw.
nobody can plan that, can they? You can't oversee that.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a big investment. That's a big chance to take.
But he was a two sport athlete and was a bowler.
Two sport. What other sport did he play?
This is from Snack. Snack said he played two sports. Let me see. I don't know what sport it was, but Snack said he played two sports. So Snack said, I believe it. I'll tell you that much.
This said it was produced by Alcon Entertainment and released by Warner Brothers.
Okay. Good.
What'd you say, babe? If they cared, they would have given him his money. Instead they stole it and kept it all for their family.
Yeah, that's a good point. If y'all are all family, why you ain't breaking them off some too?
Yeah.
Did they? That's what I'm saying. Did they do that because they were like, okay, you're already a millionaire because you're in the NFL. The story belongs to us. I mean, I don't know what their expectations were. You know what I'm saying? What they felt like was owed to them, because if they wrote the story or if the idea of a story came from their ideas, whose memoirs was it? Because I know all of this is probably gonna come out in court, but like you said, if he made not a dime and this was all in inspiration of him, I get how sometimes you can say, all right, I'm gonna tell the story about somebody, and I get all the residuals, but sometimes I guess the common courtesy thing to do is I'm finna break you off, but if I'm telling this story, this is how I viewed it. I viewed you as kind of semi-retarded and you a good football player.
Really cool, really.
I'm just saying that's how they made it look. He probably wouldn't have told that story like that. I'm telling the part of the story when I came to your hood and I told them he's my son. I care for Michael. They made it about the Sandra Bullock character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She was there. Yeah. She
had
because she's Sandra Bullock.
Right. She got you had to write more about the mother, and you got to add a little kid in for flavor or whatever. But like you said, Sandra Bullock wouldn't have took it being a secondary star to the guy that played Michael Orr.
Right.
And then he didn't have a whole lot of speaking time on there. We had minimum lines. Yeah. But
my thing is, without Michael Orr, it wouldn't have been no story.
It wouldn't have been. You're right, but that's what I'm saying. There have been plenty of stories that have come out. Now they could have probably wrote this story and I don't know if it would have made much money on it, but they could have probably did the movie and had the character based on his. Could they still make?
You got to think too. He's trusting these adults with his parents. He's trusting them to do the right thing. So he's not looking at it like, hey, y'all not gonna just take my image and use me. He's looking at it like, yeah, we can go out here and make this okay. Like let's go ahead and make some money with this. That's fine. I'm cool with it. Our family can grow from this. That's how he was looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
But
was he done wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. Absolutely. He was. It seemed like he was tricked. My guy Tori says, man, in the movie he had a decent basketball game. So basketball and football were the sport. Khadijah says, if it was there to tell, they would not have needed to trick him into signing his rights away. There's something right there too. And James said they owe me too. I was showing them a lot of love. What they did. I'm showing them for mental anguish.
Right.
Hey, and my dog Blaine, what's up, Brody? He said, "What up, famo? Go Buckeyes!" My guy's a Buckeyes fan. Okay, this is Florida State though, baby. This is Florida State, man.
Now let me ask this. On that case, then what? Now it's starting to have like some side effects to it when you call it the blind side. because you're not paying attention.
got
You know,
blindsided. Yeah,
yeah.
he really got blindsided. And now the Tuohys are trying to play victim now and saying they're being blindsided. So the story keeps going. Like this movie keeps rolling. But this is what the Tuohys and their attorney has said. This was out on CBS, y'all. So I got a quick clip of this right here.
A bomb dropped on our clients.
On Monday, Michael Orr filed a lawsuit accusing Sean and Leanne Tuohy of tricking him into signing what he thought were adoption papers. It was instead a conservatorship agreement. The lawsuit claims the Tuohys used a conservatorship to profit from stories about Orr's life, including the Oscar-nominated film The Blind Side, which grossed over $300 million.
We want to know if you would like to become part of this family.
Today, lawyers for the Tuohys said Orr was well aware of the conservatorship.
He wrote a book in 2011. He acknowledged in that book on 3 separate occasions that there was in fact a conservatorship.
In the past, Orr
So if you knew, so like I said, that's where the curveball starts.
This is why I asked y'all, can I show y'all something that may sway y'all a little different?
So now we got a curveball, but
So that's what I'm saying. Was he treated unfairly? You know, I mean, was he tricked? You know, or not? You wrote a memoirs saying that, you know, it was a conservatorship. I'm okay. So let me say it like this. Like I was just saying, if there are people, if there are third parties that don't know the entire story, right? Let's say how he was pushed in high school, or he was coerced in high school, or he was, you know, well, listen, this is right here. Just, you know, it means the same thing, Michael. You know, it means this here. Then your wife come in and go, you know, they owe you some money. You know, you gonna just sit there and let them treat you like this? He's probably being hit on both sides of the spectrum. Because, like I said, and if he just got married, and I'm just speculating. I'm not gonna cause any trouble out there. I know, especially with my wife, because she'll be happy to jump on my ass because of my views on things. But I know my but let's say if there is a third party or another party who is saying, "Hey man, I think they cheated you, big homie. You know, they owe you some money. You think so? You know, hey man, yeah. You know, then if he was easily swayed this way, why would he not be easily swayed 15 years later? You know, I'm just asking.
So he said in 2011.
He wrote his own book,
And he talked about the conservatorism. But then I guess when he wrote that book, did he really understand what that meant?
What that meant?
Right. Okay. You still saying he was still young at the time?
Yeah, still young.
He's only been in the league 2 years.
Right.
Right. You know. So
did he really understand what the term actually meant and what they have done and what they have controlled by having him signing that?
And that his rights are taken away. Like his rights to his finances are taken away because of them. And that's the whole issue. Like this man, they got control of his finances.
I just wonder, I wish your wife would say, I just wonder, what is the difference between this and power of attorney?
I wish my wife was home.
I don't know.
My wife knows power of attorney. She know what, babe.
What's the difference between the two, though?
Between conservatorship and power of attorney?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. She outside?
Oh no, I had a mosquito in the track. I'm waiting for it too, but I'm really confused at the timeline. You know, now if the book, what if the book was put together to go, Michael? You know, tell your side of the story. You know, you can make some money off your book. Mm-hmm. Now the 300 million.
Let me ask you something. Have y'all heard of this book before?
No.
Right.
Have y'all used the word conservatorship until now?
Now I've heard about that because Britney Spears was all in the limelight because she went through the same thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Her dad was trying to get it.
Yeah.
Trying to
Her
get
dad had
conservatorship.
one, and she got away from it.
You're right, because he was controlling all her money, and she was like, "I'm a grown woman. I ain't crazy,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he had it when she was younger, and he had been controlling it over her lifetime, and then at this point, he was like, "Look, she go, if I blow it, I'll blow it. It's my money to blow. But he was trying his best to hold on to it. He was using the fact that I'm your father. I'm just doing what's best for you.
Right.
And he said, what's best for me is to give me my damn money.
Like I said, it's first time hearing it.
And I guess I started thinking about the question I just asked about power of attorney in this. I know in most cases, power of attorney is usually granted or given when people get into a certain situation where they can't
make the decision.
Can't make the executive decisions on their own.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I think that's probably major. I guess the major difference between the two.
Okay.
So
because you're still here. I'm just in case I can't make the decision. Power of attorney gives me the legal right to say, on your behalf.
Right. But he wasn't in that type of situation. I mean, he was just a young guy signing something, didn't know what he was signing.
Right. Now, conservatorship, like you said, somebody had to tell me what the word conservatorship, actually means. I know we, like I said, like you just gave a great example with Brittany, but what does it entail? Is it just decision making over you? I mean, that's just it,
It says it's a legal guardian and or someone over your finances.
What I see right here is it said that it is a court order that appoints someone to oversee the finances affairs of a minor or a person who is incapacitated. So I guess it's kind of like a power of attorney. By going to saying they incapacitated, but they say over a minor.
So Kanisha says a power of attorney is voluntary. For example, someone in the military overseas may have a durable power of attorney to handle stateside affairs for them. Conservatorships involve public court proceedings, while the power of attorney is more private. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably pretty much the same thing, but one is private, one is more.
So I wonder why they didn't do the same thing with this conservatory as they do with power of attorney. I know with power of attorney because I got power of attorney of my mom, but when you do it, the lawyer asks you to leave the room so you can talk to her. So you can talk to the person to make sure you're not being coerced into doing something that they really don't want to do.
Right.
I don't know.
Because the power of attorney only kicks in when they can't do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if they can't speak to you, then they go, hold on, Charles. Charles, give me a second. Let me go ahead and holler at XYZ for a second, and and I'll bring you back in a second. And then that's when they go, did Charles tell you to say this shit?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And, no. This is what I want to do. Are you sure?
Because I didn't know what was going on. I was kind of looking at him side-eyed when he said that.
Yeah. He was a minor at the time. So he was just at that age where he was about to turn into an adult. So they got him right before.
So they got him right at the line.
Right at the line. Man, great conversation, fellas. Great conversation, man. Let's go ahead and move on to college football. I know we don't have a whole bunch of time, but we do want to get into what Eric Thornton was asking us about, man. All these changes that are happening in college football. Pac-12 losing 4 teams.
No, they have 4 teams left.
They have 4 teams left. Oh, wow.
Yes.
They have 4 teams left. Wow. They might be dismantled.
Right. They got 4 left. Yeah.
So, and I don't really understand all of it. So maybe y'all can help me out. I know there's you got the Big 10, Big 12, ACC, Pac-12, SEC, ACC, AAC, Conference USA, MAC, and Mountain West, and Sun Belt. Mm-hmm. What does this do to these conferences, and why are they leaving?
Most times it's about money and and stuff like that.
Money.
Mm-hmm.
So
you get more money to play in different conferences or something?
See, different conferences have TV deals.
Oh, okay.
And so therefore, if a TV deal is bigger, but I really don't know what's going on with the Pac-12 because they about to be dismantled. So I don't know if we're gonna still have a Power Five.
Right. Well, okay, so what I'm getting from this a lot of, so now we're going to get to these conferences where at some point they're going to have between 16 to 20 teams in one conference. When normally, like you said, the whole thing of the Big Ten, Pac-12, the Pac, the Big 12, and the 10s and 12s are no longer. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Hold on, my wife's still on the power of attorney. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, power of attorney can he could have just revoked. Conservatorship gives them more control because it requires the court to remove it. Oh, okay.
Mm.
You have to prove that you're capable of what is this?
Managing your own
Yeah,
affair.
fair.
Gotcha.
Good stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
Snack Nation, good stuff. Appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate that.
For sure. But yeah, so like the SEC, like when we grab Texas and Oklahoma next year, we'll have 16 teams, and then they possibly look for two more. Now, from like I said, the Pac-12, the only way they'll be able to revamp themselves is they have to get a bunch of small teams, to redo themselves, and hopefully to build another, like I said, a Power Five, or maybe from some of these smaller teams like your Boise States, your your Iowas, all them little small ones that are not attached to a big power ranking, or if they are attached to them, sort of like take for example, even with the SEC, how you got the smaller teams like your Kentuckies, the ones that don't really make a whole lot of noise. They'll have maybe 1 or 2 years in the sunlight, but for the most part, they're there to get beat up on by the rest of the conference. Not saying beat up, but some of them will come up every now and then, but they'll never be like a Georgia, Alabama, But like Clemson wants to lead the ACC because between them and Florida State, they're the only two teams that's holding up their conference. So they're like, listen, we want to move. We want to go to a more competitive conference where we have a chance of going to, competing without having to be considered and be like, they're playing weak teams in their conferences. Florida State want out of there. They want to join where they want to go to SEC.
I'm not sure.
I think for football, not for basketball, but for football, I think they want to join the SEC. I think Clemson they want out because they're like, man, we're tired of beating up on your Dukes and your North Carolinas because they just don't have the amount of talent that we have. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, now you're starting to downgrade our wins because of the conference that we're in. Now we want to join the big boys too. So now you got the Big Ten, which is the one with Ohio State. They want to add 4 more teams. It's just like now you're gonna end up having maybe 3 or 4 with 20 teams in it, and they're gonna just battle it out amongst each other. So it's like this Power 5 probably end up being a Power 3, or you're gonna have to get some of these small teams that can get, like OG said, a good television contract for the next 10 years where they can get some money and broadcast some talent.
So when you say Power Fives, what are your Power Fives?
So you got what used to be the Pac-12, the Big Ten, the Big 12, the SEC, and the ACC.
Okay, those are your Power Fives.
Yeah. That's the Power 5. But now they got 4 teams left in the Pac-12, and like I said, they ain't even got 12. They ain't got half, and they just might. Now the only way they can win, like I said, to redo this, they're gonna have to add some smaller teams to their conference and hope to rebuild, and build some of these teams up. Now what teams that is, I have no idea in this Pac-12, but they're gonna have to make some invites and redo it.
Yep. They say the American Athletic Conference might be some programs that might go to the Pac-12. But the thing about Clemson and Florida State, they want to move, but what you're saying, I mean, like you said, there's valid points, Corey, is they may wait too late because now these other conferences are already building up and big. They might not have no more room for other teams to come in.
Oh wow! So who is running these different packs? Who's like the Big 12, Big 10? Who's running these, and what happens? Like you said, the Pac-12 is about to be obsolete. what happens with those other teams? They just sit out there like Notre Dame.
They can go independent, but I mean, there's only two big teams that are independent. Well, it's Miami. Miami is private, but it's not independent. Are they under the ACC?
I thought
Miami
ACC.
ACC. Miami ACC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Notre Dame is the only big team right there that's still independent, but they only independent for football.
Right.
They're in the
right.
ACC and everything else.
Yeah. So Boise State, Colorado State, San Diego State, UNLV, like Snack Panther just put, those are teams that's looking for a conference. Those would be those small filler schools, that'll have a good showing. Like, remember Boise State was pretty decent like 10 years ago. They had that one or two good years,
days.
Yeah, so now they're gonna need a home. You know what I'm saying? If you can fill them in, now they're gonna be this new Pac-12. It's gonna be weak and small, but you just gotta hope that because everybody want to play football, that they can find a good home and build again. Now it may not even be 12. They just might have a Pac-8. Who knows?
That's the thing. The only thing about that is they're gonna have a hard time getting that major TV deal because they don't have the big teams to draw the TV. I mean, to draw it in.
I mean, that's when you got to go local. Everybody got to start at the bottom somewhere.
Yep.
So Colorado's going to the Big 12.
Big 12.
Yep.
Is that Dion's doing, or is that something was already in the makings already?
That's probably the school doing. I don't think it's
Dion
doing.
Ain't got nothing to do with Dion.
Yeah, no.
They started as the Pac-8. Oh, wow. Okay.
And I think in USC and UCLA, are they going to the Big Ten?
Yeah, they are leaving too. They going to the Big Ten. Yeah. Big Ten.
That's what I'm saying. So you got all these bigger schools that's going to the quote unquote existing Power Four, other than the ACC. So that's why it's going to make it hard for Clemson and Florida State
to leave
and make a claim to go somewhere.
Yeah. Now as we know at this point now, these new schools are starting to do this. Like, take for example when we took in Texas A&M and what was the last two? It was Texas A&M and I forget the other school that we took in the SEC.
Oklahoma.
Well, Oklahoma's coming with Texas.
Oklahoma, they come over Texas, but who came with Texas A&M?
It was one school. It was another school that came with Texas.
Missouri.
Was it Missouri? Was already there, bro. I think.
No, Missouri. It's Missouri.
It was okay. They were okay. So two schools that were in the more or less the West and West/Midwest. And they when they made their move to get was it Bobo? I mean what's the coach that y'all had? Jimbo
Fisher.
Yeah, it was like, listen, this goes on top of us making this move, and hope that we can compete on the highest, on a higher level, which is the SEC right now currently. Everybody has their day in the sun. I remember when the ACC was football, was a football magnet only, but because they had Florida State at the top at the time. But now, like I said, we just don't know what they're trying to do. But a lot of these conferences will fail if they don't, get a good TV deal, or if they don't pair with another conference. So what's holding Florida State and Clemson right now is the fact that the ACC has a 10-year. They still have 10 years left on their TV deal, so they're not going to let them leave. Okay. The only way that they can leave is if the SEC decides we want them and we'll pay off the rest of their their deal, and they haven't decided to do that yet.
Yeah. Okay. And that TV deal is the main reason that Notre Dame want to stay independent.
For sure, because they get all the money.
They don't want to share the money.
Oh, they get all the money to themselves.
They get all of it.
Yeah, that's why
they choose. Yep, they choose who they want to play, and they keep all their individual bread. But they like you said, they've always had that in their pocket.
But I think they have to play so many ACC schools. I could be wrong. They have to play so many ACC schools so that they can remain in the ACC and other sports.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's why they play so many ACC schools every year.
Okay.
So
and I know they like last year. Well, no, the year before last when they put Georgia on their schedule. They had Alabama. Though they got beat up, but it's like you gotta add some more to it. In order to call yourself a contender on an independent level.
Dang, Snack.
Snacks
Don't like Notre Dame and BYU.
Yeah, he is not fans of Notre Dame and BYU at all.
How much time you got, Corey?
Nah.
No time up. Hey, I'll say this real quick. I'm surprised nobody else is saying, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw myself under the bus.
Yeah, Aces. Go ahead.
Yeah, lost the Commissioner's Cup last night. What the world, man?
He's I'm gonna throw myself under the bus.
It's not over yet.
What you mean it's not over? Yes, it is.
They play Thursday.
No, that was the Commissioner's Cup last night. They gave him the trophy and everything.
That was the final? Oh, that was the final. Okay.
They played again Thursday, but that was the cup last night. They had the trophy and everything there.
And they got by 20 almost again, right?
Yeah. We could do something like that.
But y'all don't have Candace Parker though.
Nope. And the thing is, I say this real quick. We're struggling to score from the bench. They're scoring from the bench. I don't know who did the young lady, the blonde haired young lady for them that was just draining threes off the bench last night. So yeah, their bench is out scoring our bench, which is giving them a big time edge.
Yeah. Okay.
But am I word? No. Let's go ahead and put that out there.
You're not worried.
No. Give me something to think about for this Sunday shade.
So
right there.
Is this the team that you see playing in the finals against y'all?
It could be, but anybody can be beat on any given day.
Yeah.
Like last night.
You ain't no Tatori, Corey. I said I'm throwing myself under the bus. Hey, Corey, I'll tell you right quick before you have to go. See, that's the kind of thing I do. But our other co-host up there, you ain't gonna never hear him say that.
No, never. No.
We don't lose. Hey, man, look.
Wow.
No, man. Snack said, man, the independents didn't get all that freedom. And that's why he don't like Notre Dame and BYU, man. They get too much freedom.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, hey, man. Hey, that was a great episode, man. Episode 27 in the books. We talked a little long on that blind side, but I think it was worth it, though.
Oh, yeah,
definitely. I think it was worth it, man. I think it was a great conversation, man.
And we I know we didn't add Venus in there. She got the wild card.
Yeah, that Sunday, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm indifferent about that. Y'all make think different than me.
Yeah, we already knew it. We already knew you was.
I always had to argue with the both of y'all.
Coco
Golf play. She playing tonight.
Yeah. What's the other girl? Magic Johnson. I'm sorry, Dr. J's daughter. Then she made it. What's don't he have a daughter that plays tennis?
Dr. J got a daughter that plays tennis?
I ain't know that.
You tell me something too. I didn't know.
That's
huh? I ain't never heard that before. What's her name?
She's the older. I mean, what's her name, man? It's not too bad. She's been in the limelight a couple of times. But yeah, that she made it to the
Madison
Alexandra Stevenson.
Stevenson, yeah, that Madison Keys, that ain't his daughter.
Who's Madison Keys?
I don't know who Madison Keys is, but the one he just said, Alexander.
Nurse J.
Yeah, no. But yeah, Alexander, yeah.
Nurse J.
Yeah, no. But yeah, she made it to the next, I think the next round too.
Well, who was Madison Keys? Who was that?
That's a little light skinned chick.
I heard that name before.
Yeah, that's a little light skinned girl, and
I don't know, but let me tell y'all something. Man. I love Snack Panther, dog. I love me some Mark Small, man. That's good, dog. That's my dog. Okay.
Mark Smalls. That's who that is.
That's Mark Small, yeah.
Am I thinking about the same person?
I don't know. This guy I grew up with.
Oh no, that ain't the same dude.
Oh, he said tennis player. Madison Keys is a tennis player. Okay.
Yeah, he's a tennis player. I'm looking at it now, but that's not his daughter.
The Alexander girl is.
Alexander Stevens.
Yeah.
What?
He said he just found. I mean, he just kind of like acknowledging
that's his daughter. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm about to say that.
That's why I heard much about Irvin.
That mama made it tough on him. He had a situation with mama. You know, now when I saw his little story, he was like, you know, he said, I'm not that type of guy. He said, you know, just him and the mother just couldn't see eye to eye on a lot of things, and then she just dipped. You know.
Oh, okay.
And then
Dr. J was a Rolling Stone though, boy.
No, he would. Okay, man. Get the load. Don't you do Dr. J like that, man?
Hey, episode 27 in the books. Hey, I know a lot of people that Dr. J been hollering that, dog. Look.
Well, he ain't married now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I ain't trying to throw a man like that.
I know, man.
My bad. I didn't pour it down. Kobe Bryant and down.
Hey, breaking all the rules. What you doing, man?
Then he go breaking the code.
Look, this is the second person I've been encountered in 2 weeks to tell on somebody. He did too.
My bad, Dr. J. My bad, man. I ain't been through business, dog.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't that, Dr. J. He ain't right. Like Jerry Jones.
Now, hey, look, now he ready to go. Yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, he ready to go now.
Episode 27 in the book.
Look, play your music.
Yeah, here's your music.
No, that's right. Jerry Jones kept his on the low.
Oh, man.
Yes, next load.
Making a lot of house calls, Snap Panther said. All right, my guy. Please, I'm a good man. I'm a good man.
Whatever.
Hey, man, we appreciate you all rocking with us. Everybody out there on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. For everybody else that's out there, Snack Panther, James Little John, Kanisha Davis, Rodney Little John, my guy Blaine, my homeboy Lil Deuce, man, Toriana Paris, and anybody else we may have missed, my guy Eric Thornton. I know, man, we did that for you today. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Remember to check us out on Sunday at 8 o'clock, man. Remember to keep your head on the swivel and keep God first, man. We love y'all. We'll see y'all on Sunday.
Well, before we leave, also, Eric, you know, we're going to do this one here. I need y'all to look at Colorado's schedule for Sunday, and just gonna do the wins and losses for Colorado. You know, old Dion, because he got a number, then I got my number. I want y'all to come up with a number too on these wins and losses.
All right. Okay. All right. And my beautiful wife Crystal was on. Hey, boo. Make sure y'all check her out, Crystal. And Elisa, no, it's not. That's right. Hey, they come out every Monday, man. Make sure y'all check them out. Great episodes. They killing it in the podcast game, man. One of the best out there. And make sure y'all check out my dog Kamarie White, his wife Ashley, and Kamarie live on Tuesdays, man. All right. We love y'all, man. Remember to keep your head on swivel and keep God first, baby. We are out.
Peace. Later. All right, fellas, I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Be careful there, man.
No doubt.